If you're new, as always, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. It's been a turbulent couple of days as Chelsea fans. It's been a horrible, horrible couple of days. If you're a Chelsea fan, it has been an absolute nightmare. A nightmare of a week. And what topped it off, what made it even worse, I was in Leeds whilst we were getting battered by Leeds. It was not a good Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. But we got to bounce back. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about the mistakes. If I put the video out that I was going to put out Wednesday night, I don't think this channel would still be up. I'll be honest. I don't think the channel will be up. It was poor from us. A poor display. It was a poor display from us. I still can't believe Maresca thought that was the answer. I generally can't believe he thought that was the route to take. That was the thing to do. I honestly can't believe 5 changes. 5 changes. And the worst thing was, the changes, the 5 changes, obviously we knew Caicedo was going to be a big loss. We knew that that was always going to happen. But the changes that were made, let me pull the lineup up just so we can share this pain together, because I don't think people realize. And I said all this. I remember saying this in the preview. I remember saying consistently our back four has to be the same. I don't care if you're playing Leeds. I don't care whether you're playing Lichfield Town or Barcelona. You've got to have that cohesion at the back. One play removed from it and another play coming in, and if it's not like for like, you're gonna find problems. Craziness from us. I don't understand why Maresca thought it was a good idea to not have a recognised centre back. Recognised right back in the team, and why he decided to go with Trevor Chalobah, who has come under scrutiny before, because this was the lineup that we went with. Now, Trevor Chalobah at right back is never going to work. And as Chelsea fans, we know that there's an unwritten rule. Whether people want to talk about it, whether people want to be honest about it, there's an unwritten rule. You don't play Tosin and Chalobah and Badia Shield together in a back line, because it's never going to work. It's never going to work. I can't believe it. It's never going to work. Why have you got Chalobah and Esteval, who are both very competent in their natural positions, playing on the right side of a team, when you know that Leeds, as you can see, were playing wing backs? So they're going to be bombing up and down, like I said they would on Tuesday. They had 2 in attack, which meant that there was always a player available. We're going to talk about the goals in a minute. Yeah, there has to be, you have to, surely something as a manager. You had Reece James, Josh Ashiempong, and fair enough, Malo Gusto comes on 77 minutes into the game. 45 minutes into the game. Sorry, it's Mark Gui. He comes on at half time with Neto as the 2 subs at half time. But it was never set up correctly. You're not set up correctly in order to win this game. They're playing wing backs. So automatically, you know that you're going to have someone who's naturally comfortable playing as a fullback, right back. Just like you needed someone at left back to deal with Bogle. This is why they won the game. This is literally down to the changes that we made. Obviously, we knew that Caicedo was going to be out. Gittins come in. I thought he played okay. I don't think he had the best of games. He got the assist, great. But these two here, Beavis and Butthead, they have to. I said it. I remember saying it in the preview. They have to do better. Gittins here. So Jamie Gittins is here. Here's your goal scorer, right? So actually, to be fair, in that position before the ball's been kicked, you would think Jamie Gittins is comfortable enough to deal with that ball. But he doesn't deal with it. Somehow, he stops the run. He's timed the run. In the first frame I just showed you, he times the run well. He allows him to just run off him, get the flick on. But then the problem that I find with Chelsea is that, I don't know if I can zoom this in a little bit. I don't think I can. But the problem that I find with Chelsea is that, look at this. It's no wonder Sanchez ain't saving that. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add Cucurella in there. 5 players in front of the goalkeeper. So how he's not seeing that ball until very, very late on. Very late on. It's poor. It's poor football. Poor football. This is another opportunity. They've already scored a goal, but it's the same set piece, same everything again. Same. They got, I think it's Tanaka on the edge of the box there. The worrying thing about this corner, and again, I can't show the actual YouTube, the clip, because they'll just take the videos down, but it's Andre Santos at the back here. And I don't know if I've got it in the next frame. Andre Santos, I haven't got it, but Andre Santos, during this frame here, they nearly score off this. And I think this is, I think that's Calvert-Lewin at the back. He's not even looking at the ball. If you go back, again, I can't show it, but go back on YouTube, watch these clips here. It's like a 3-minute video of Sky Sports. This clip here, Andre Santos is not even looking at the ball. At any point, he's more concerned about number 9, Calvert-Lewin, I think it is, if he scores. Go and watch the clip. He doesn't even look. So the ball comes down to Calvert-Lewin, and Santos is watching Calvert-Lewin. Now, I don't know what part of defending that is, that you're not even looking at the ball. Because you can't anticipate when that ball's going to land, and you can't. You have to have your eye, yes, on the player, goal side of the player, but you've got to be watching the ball as well. Because if you're not watching the ball, what are you defending? Defending at the lowest standards of a club that spent £2 billion. It's poor defending. It's absolutely poor defending. And how they didn't score from this one, I don't even know. But these 2 goals now, these next 2 goals, genuinely, my son plays defence. And I can tell you from now, first of all, there's my biggest mistake here is this. That gap there between what looks like either Tosin or Chalobah and Cucurella, I'd say it's Tosin more so than Chalobah, but that gap there, that space is nuts. It's nuts. Cucurella has to close that space down a little bit, because if he does that, because you'll see in a second why, if he does that, well, 2 things. If he does it, first of all, that ball's going to come out here now. I think it's to Tanaka, because Tanaka just receives the ball, he just shoots. It's not a problem for him. I'm guessing that's Santos there. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't actually see who these players are. That's his first point of call. Forget this player here. Forget this player here, because he can cover him. Tosin can cover matey boy here. And if Cucurella closes his space down here, that goal does not happen 100%. Cucurella has to close this space down here, close this gap down, pick him up. Tosin picks him up. He needs to drive out to this player here. He has to drive out and close that space down. Close the space down. This is why they scored the goal. This is stuff that I could teach my son this. He's going to be 8 in a couple of months. It's absolutely basic defending. It's not hard. No one's asked. Because now look, this is the second frame. So the ball's now gone to Tanaka. Cucurella still hasn't moved from the position that he was in. He's still there. The gap's still there. They've closed it by a couple of meters. Oh, unmarked. You've got 2 runners coming in. So even if there's a rebound, a deflection from Sanchez, you've got 2 players ready to run in. This is why Leeds scored, and I'm going to show you the third goal and tell you why they played so well and why we were so bad defensively. Tanaka shoots that, Sanchez parries it out. You've got 2 runners coming in already. Cucurella is not getting to that ball. He's not getting there. If that ball comes out towards one of these Leeds players, he's not making up the ground there. Tosin is still static. Again, not really alert of what's going on. It shouldn't happen. Basic defending. This goal, I'm going to be honest. I've got to be honest. I can't believe it. The reason I froze this frame is because, well, 2 things. One, look at the, this is Cole Palmer. The Cole Palmer's here. Now, he's either thinking, I don't know what Cole Palmer's looking at. I think, personally, him and Neto are thinking Gusto is just going to lump this ball forward. Because you can almost see Neto and the Leeds player here, they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking Gusto's not stupid enough to play that ball to Enzo or to play it to Tosin. He's going to lump this ball forward. Gusto, the right ball at that time was Tosin. At that time, before this frame. The problem is, as it plays on, Enzo is under pressure. He can't turn. He now knows he can't turn because now he knows there's 2 Leeds players coming onto him. So the only option he has is to go back. That's his only option. Option here or option here. And to be honest, that ain't the option because Leeds players blocking off the pass to Tosin. He has to go back to Gusto. Gusto has to again, which is why Neto's still waiting there, has to lump that ball forward. This is never going to be the pass. Ever. And again, I hate to be the guy that keeps saying the teaching is to 8-year-olds. They tell you never to go back, never go across your box. Ever. Unless you can help it. They tell you at 8 years of age, do not play the ball across your penalty box. Basic stuff. Basic stuff. Grassroots football. Under 8s. Under 5s. Do not play the ball across your box. Because of 2 things. This is Chalobah here. And here is Calvert-Lewin. Now Chalobah, right side, he's on the right side. He's on goal side. He's right. He's doing defending well. But notice something about Chalobah on the second in the next frame. Because this is Chalobah. Here's Calvert-Lewin. Right here. I just want to show you guys something. Just so you know that this is some of these things that are either not working on the training ground or it is just they're not good enough. And like Daniel's saying in the chat, Badiashile and Tosin are not good enough. They're not good enough because look, but then I have to look at Trevor Chalobah. We can't even blame him at this point. He's back in his natural centre-back position. But look what's happened here already. Look, he knows. Calvert-Lewin is doing what any striker should do. Any striker. Now, the press is on. Gusto's played it back to Tosin. Now, at this point again, lump the ball forward. Just lump the ball forward. It's easier said than done. You're in a pressurised environment, but you're getting paid thousands of pounds a week. You're a professional footballer. This is not new. You haven't just turned up with a fresh pair of boots and it's your first game of football. You're a professional footballer. You signed a professional contract. It's your job. It's what you do every single day of the week. You're a professional footballer. But look at Chalobah. Hasn't moved. He's watching the game with us as a fan. He hasn't moved. You've got to follow the run. Chalobah has to follow this run. Chalobah has to start thinking about, right, I have to match Calvert-Lewin because Calvert-Lewin is doing exactly what every striker in that position should do. Anticipate. Again, they teach you that at 8 years old. Anticipate the ball is going to come back to you. He's in the right space. Problem is Chalobah hasn't matched the run. Tosin, I don't know what you're thinking or what you're smoking or what drugs you're on or what you've been doing in the last 7 days, but that is not the pass. That is not the pass. Like, in what world do you make that pass? Sanchez can't pick the ball up. The space between Calvert-Lewin and Sanchez is so small, he hasn't even got time to work his feet out. He can't pick the ball up. That's not the pass. But what the most annoying part about this is Tosin and Chalobah hasn't moved. And guess what? Even when the goal goes in, which goes in afterwards, look, second frame, still there, hasn't moved. He hasn't even moved like a centimetre. But look at the gap now between Calvert-Lewin and Chalobah. Or João Pedro. And well within our rights too, because I don't think either of them are good enough to win us a Premier League. I said it at the start of the season. They're not going to win us a Premier League. And they're already showing signs, like you can see why 5 of João Pedro's 10 goals last season were penalties. Because he's frustrating. Him and what's his name from Everton, Tinamo Barry, they remind me of the same player. They're so frustrating to watch. It was like against Arsenal. The amount of times João Pedro had the ball and he can score a goal. He could finish this game off for us, and he just takes too many touches. But Liam Delap, I don't see enough of him. I don't see enough of what he's going to do and bring forward for us. But the players here, they're going to have to play high up against Bournemouth. They're going to have to. I think we'll see the usual, as I do most weeks on here, the high line, which is very, very dangerous against a Bournemouth team because, as I said, Kluivert, Krupi as well. They've got the two in the midfield, Scott and Adams, who are very good. They're very, very good, actually. That worries me a little bit. That does worry me a little bit. If we get caught out, it worries me. One thing we need to do against this Bournemouth team is just flipping defend. Just defend. Not asking for miracles. We're asking you to defend well. Cole Palmer, you're going to have to do well. I want to see something from Cole Palmer because a lot of Chelsea fans are saying to me that Cole Palmer just walks back into the team. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying that he's not on the cusp of world class. He was in the Ballon d'Or conversation. I get it. But I need to see it as well. I don't want to just have the conversation about it. I need to see it as well. I need to see you playing the football that we know you can play. That's all I'm asking for. I want Cole Palmer to turn up. The Cole Palmer that was scoring 4 goals in the first half of a match. The player that was able to just take the ball and hit it and it would go in the back of the net. That's the Cole Palmer I want to see. Because Esteval's waiting. This is a team that if it was my preferred lineup, if I'm being 110% honest with everyone, I wouldn't even have Garnacho in the team. I'd have Esteval. Cole Palmer and Esteval, that to me is the linkage that we need up front in our attack. My worry with that is I don't know how well Esteval's going to do when you're expected to track back. You're going to have to do a lot of tracking back to help out with Semenyo. I don't know how he's going to cope with that. He didn't cope well with it against Leeds. So that's my worry. And I feel like Maresca does want to manage his minutes and keep him out the limelight. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we need to get a result. But that would be my lineup. That's what I would go with. I would have I think I would have Esteval in the team. I'm gonna take back my words. I would have Esteval in the team. Play your strongest team. Esteval for me is a player that has to start games. He has to start games. Liam Delap, questionable, but the best of a bad situation in terms of him and João Pedro. I think he gets the nod above him. Interestingly, Petrovic hasn't been playing well. For Bournemouth. Conceded a lot of goals recently. Let's cause the misery that we should have caused on Wednesday night to Bournemouth. As I said, we can't afford to drop points. We just can't. It can't happen. It can't be a thing. Cannot be a thing. Daniel's asking what the record is for Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Let's have a look at that before we wrap up. I think at the Vitality, I think we've actually got a half decent. Let's have a look. I feel like we got a half decent record there. Let's have a look. It's an interesting one. Drew there the following December 2023, May 2023. So they haven't beat us there since January 2019. Which doesn't count for anything, to be fair. I mean, they could go out there and smash us 3-1 like Leeds did. But again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. These are the games where you have to dig deep and get the result. You have to dig deep and get the result. You have to get the result. It's as simple as that. You have to get the result. Forget about looking at the league table at the moment. Let's just get the results. Because the league's going to work out itself. If we just continue winning, that's all that matters. That's all that matters for us. Continue winning the games, get the performances, build up the momentum. That's how you win the Premier League. Let's stop looking at the table. Daniel's going 1-1. Yep, I agree. There's a lack of confidence, I think, amongst the team as well. But I think we'll win. I don't think it'd be easy. I don't think it'd be a straightforward game, but I think we will get the result. I think it'd be 2-1 Chelsea. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. It'd be interesting how Maresca lines up. No Caicedo again, which I think was a massive loss against Leeds. But again, you can't build your team just around Caicedo. We have enough amongst us with Santos, James, Enzo Fernandez can play there as well. You could even throw Joshua Chimpong in that midfield if you really needed to. Yeah, I can't have it. I'm not having that as an excuse. There is enough quality in this team that should have beat Leeds on Wednesday to beat Bournemouth tomorrow. We're going to be here over the weekend for the match reaction to the game. Like I said, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't done so already, hit the notification bell. All of that good stuff. And until then, we're going to be back soon. Enjoy your weekend when you get to it. Let's hope for 3 points. Let's hope for a stress-free Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back soon.